Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be about this girl who emailed in saying my boyfriend should pay me to have a baby. Now, when you first hear that, you're like, what? And then even after you hear the story, you're still like, what? Like, that just doesn't make any sense at all. So, this girl emailed into the radio show I listen to. I still don't have any emails yet, but you can always email me. So this girl emailed into the radio show and she titled it, "My Boyfriend Should Pay Me to Have a Baby." So in her email, she says, "My boyfriend and I have been together for like 5 years," I think she said, "and they both have great paying jobs. Like they each get paid like 100 grand at whatever job they're working at." She didn't say if they work at the same job. She didn't say what field they're in, what job they have. She just said that they each have well paying jobs that pay them 100 grand each a year. So she said that her boyfriend has been like having the baby talk with her and asking her like, when are we going to have a baby? And she told him that she's not having a baby unless he pays her to have a baby, because when she goes on maternity leave, she's not going to get paid the 100 grand that she gets paid normally, because when you go on maternity leave, you get paid less than what you normally do. I don't know how much less, because I've never been through that, but you get paid less than what you normally get paid. And so she says that she's gonna lose about 50 grand if she goes on maternity leave, which doesn't really make sense to me, because how do you lose half of your salary by going on maternity leave? And then she said that if she does have a baby, she's going to want to take a whole year off to be with the baby and take care of the baby and like be a stay-at-home mom for the first year of the baby's life. So then that's when the money comes in, because you're like, okay, so you're not going to lose 50 grand because you're going to go on maternity leave. You're going to lose 50 grand because you're going to leave your job for a whole year. Like, how is that even going to work? Like, are you just going to tell your manager, hey, I need the whole next year off because I'm going to have a baby? So she said that in order for her to even consider getting pregnant and having a baby, her boyfriend would have to pay her 50 grand, because that's how much it takes for her to continue to live her like lavish lifestyle and be able to pay all of her bills and stuff. So that's what she said. And I was like, are you even listening to yourself? Like, you want your boyfriend to pay you 50 grand to get you knocked up? Like, first of all, you guys shouldn't even be having this discussion, because you're just boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, you shouldn't be even talking about having babies when you're still just boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, you guys need to freaking get engaged and get married first before you even have a baby. But so that already is not even taking it like through the right steps. You're already like skipping steps and just trying to get to the final destination over here. And then secondly, how are you going to tell your boyfriend to pay you 50 grand? Like, you don't ask your boyfriend to pay you to have his baby. You guys just need to talk through the finances. Like, go over, like, sit down together, make a budget, and say, okay, this is how much money we need to pay our monthly bills. And if I take a whole year off to stay at home with the baby, then this is how much money we're gonna have to make to cover our bills for an entire year. And then you guys discuss it, and obviously, since he's the only one that's going to be working, you guys need to see, okay, how much of these bills can he afford to pay on his own? Because he is making 100 grand, so it's not like he's working at like minimum wage job like the rest of us and struggling to get by like all the rest of us. He's making 100 grand. So if his 100 grand is enough to cover all of the household bills and like all of like whatever miscellaneous bills that she has that she's not going to be able to pay for since she's not going to be working, then okay, he can just take over the bills. And she should have money saved aside too. Like if she's making 100 grand, she should have some money stashed in her savings account or somewhere that she can live off of while she's not working for this year. So they just need to put their finances together and be like, okay, so this is how much I have in my savings that I can live off of without working, and what I can't afford, you're gonna have to start picking up the slack and start covering these extra bills with your 100 grand that you get paid since you're still working. And then that's it. Like, that's all they have to do is just discuss the finances and figure out, okay, during this next year, who's going to pay for what? Who can afford to pay for which bills? And if it turns out that they're 200 grand a year, well, if it turns out that his 100 grand and whatever she has stored away for herself isn't enough to pay through their bills for the entire next year, then obviously there's going to have to be some compromises. Either they cut back on some stuff and they get rid of some bills that maybe aren't necessary, and they get rid of these like extravagant things that they might have, and like extra luxury bills and services that they might have. Like either they get rid of that extra stuff that they don't need, or she's just gonna have to suck it up and not take a whole year off to be a house mom. Like, if they can't afford a whole year, either they make some sacrifices and get rid of any unnecessary bills, or she's just gonna have to not be a stay-at-home mom for a whole year and just do the normal, like, 3 months of maternity leave, or stay home for however long, like whether it's 3 months, 6 months. She can stay at home for as long as she can, but then once their money runs out and they can't afford her to stay home anymore, then she's gonna have to sacrifice that extra time she wanted and put the baby in daycare and go back to work. Like, there has to be compromises. Either you guys can't afford for her to stay home for a whole year, and if they can't, then they have to get rid of some luxury unnecessary items, or she's gonna have to give up on the 1 year of staying home and go back to work sooner than she wanted to. So that's my opinion. But you guys, please leave some comments in the comment section and tell me what your opinion is. How would you guys handle this if you were in this situation? And you can always email me at askjazz22@gmail.com with any situations that you're in and you might need help with. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications on the next time I put out a video. And I'll see you guys next time, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.